Hi, welcome to an ongoing series brought to you by PEC, People Embracing Change. People Embracing Change is a group that's looking forward to creating a society, evolving it so that we may act appropriately, act honestly, but more importantly, that we all get what we need for living and life, but even more importantly, to be honest and true and authentic individuals for each one ourselves, and that we can all appreciate that diversity and bring it into a society that can grow and live, not structured and held tight by rules that don't apply anymore. My name is William Hageman. I go by Bill, and at PEC I'm also known as Arkenstone in the greater pagan community. Today's discussion, which is an ongoing set of principles that PEC is supporting, is a concept of principles of immortality. It may be highfalutin, but I think when you start looking for principles about living, the Native Americans have this concept of balance. The Taoists have this concept of flow, and being honest and true with yourself. Being honest and true with yourself is kind of difficult when perhaps a society around you operates by convenient rationalizations that how you interact with it is true, but in and of itself is a lie. We're not going to go into that today. What we're going to go into is how to observe yourself, to have balance for yourself, and how to grow yourself, and why it's about immortality. Because we are spiritual beings, and the principles are very simple. You can take religion or spirituality and all the many paths, but when you get right down to it, it's about balance in everything you do. If you have, for example, yoga uses a triangle that is mind, body, and spirit. Now, although yoga uses mind, body, and spirit, you can't function your mind without emotion. Many mystical experiences are based on an emotional feeling that helps you elicit and remember those spiritual moments. Neurophysiologists know if you cannot emote, you will not remember a thing. If you do not emote, you cannot act. If you're not healthy, your mind suffers. You destroy your liver, your mind goes. You mess up your emotions, you can't think. It's all about balance. Now, why a triangle? Well, a triangle is a very good way of describing volume. If you're healthy, that's fine. But if your mind is not, and your emotions aren't, you're out of balance. Life impinges upon you. If your mind and emotions are unbalanced, what you can do for your life is very little. The moment you balance it, you bring more volume. In other words, if your body, your mind, and your emotion are all together balanced, you bring more to your life. But I'm using a three-dimensional symbol. And in it, we're talking about volume. And if this is a volume, and this is just half the if this is just half the space, the volume is cut down to a third. The moment you have balance, it's 3-4 times as much. There's a third dimension here. We'll get into it. But it can only exist if everything's in balance. Your mind, your body, and emotion. And that is just for your physical, everyday well-being. But when it comes to your spirituality, you can't have spirit if you do not have life. I mean, your balance of your mind, body, emotion helps you maintain life. If you don't have life, you have nothing. You have to start somewhere. You know, this is like, you can be dead, you don't have life. First of all, have your life balance, mind, body, and emotion. Love. Without it, you are not interacting with anything. And I'm not talking about human physical love. I am not talking about loving of parents. I'm not talking about love of things or money or what have you. This is the grandest concept of love that you need to understand. Love in the sense that your interaction with everything, appreciating a rose for its smell, its color, its beauty, appreciating the sky, it gives you breath, it gives you life, appreciating and have an honest interaction with your food, that you know how much to eat, how little to eat, what kind of food to eat. All this is appreciating everything that touches your life. You cannot exist in all the universe without it. My body in space, I would die. I don't have family, I don't have friends, I don't have food, I don't have air, I don't have water, I don't have shelter, I don't have heat. I don't have any of it. I better appreciate it. And how do I appreciate it? Truth. Everything as it is. Seeing it for what it is. Appreciating for what it is. You deny that you need water, you will die of dehydration. You deny society and act accordingly, they'll lock you up. You deny your parents, you don't get fed, you don't do so well, okay? You deny your children. That's your legacy. You're destroying them. If you litter, you're destroying the world around you. Your place becomes filthy. That's a truth. You want to love your environment, you want to love the people you're with, you want to relate to all the particulars that make your life important. Yeah. In society, we see things the way we're told to see, but that's not necessarily the truth. It's up to you to figure that out. But that too has to be an equal balance. Life, love, and truth. Without it, you have nothing. You may have a body, but it will not last long. So